Everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, like I always say, welcome to the channel. Today is Thursday, October 27th, 2022. Hope you're all doing very well today, this week, and looking forward to a nice weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, actually. So, hope you're all looking forward to that. And I'm going to get right into the topic of this video. And today we're going to talk about retinitis pigmentosa and how it relates to my life in a different way. I talked about how it has affected my life in a big way in the last video, and I'm going to talk about how it's affected my life in a very different way in this video, and that is in the area of health and fitness. So I want to start with the premise that I am certain that I would not be as healthy and fit as I am today if I did not have retinitis pigmentosa. And the reason for that is about 10 years ago, when I was about 19, 20, can't remember exactly how old I was, but I was definitely in college. It was like in the middle of college. And I started to get really, really serious about my health and fitness because I wanted to do everything I could to avoid type 2 diabetes later in life, because type 2 diabetes runs pretty rampant in my family. I could probably name 10 people off the top of my head that, but I'm not going to. 8, 10 people off the top of my head that are in my family bloodline that have type 2 diabetes. And for those of you that aren't aware, a big complication, a very serious complication of having type 2 diabetes that isn't managed or that is had for a long time is diabetic retinopathy, which leads to visual impairment and blindness, again, if it's not managed in someone who has type 2 diabetes. And I already have a retina condition, retinitis pigmentosa, and already having 10% or less of a visual field, I don't want to take a chance at getting any other conditions that will lead to me losing the rest of my eyesight on top of the condition I already have that might have me lose the rest of my eyesight. So I got very as people started to in my family started to more and more people started to become diagnosed, and the more I started to learn about type 2 diabetes about a decade ago, that's when I really committed to myself to take my health seriously through consistent exercise and healthy eating. I'm not going to say dieting, because dieting is a weird word that means something that is different than what I mean. So just healthy eating habits and consistent exercise. So for the last decade or so, I've been doing cardiovascular activity about 4 days a week, missing very, very few weeks, relatively speaking, lifting a couple days a week. But I can't really say I've been doing that super consistently until about a year or two ago. But the cardio has been very consistent over the last 10 years. And I've been, like I said, I've become more healthy and more fit than I would have if I didn't have retinitis pigmentosa, because I wouldn't be incentivized, I guess is the right way to put it. I wouldn't be incentivized to take such strides to preserve my health and fitness, to avoid not only type 2 diabetes, but heart disease and high blood pressure, because I wouldn't already have a condition that acts as sort of a catalyst and a motivator to ensure that nothing else happens to me that I can control. Because I can't control retinitis pigmentosa. There's zero things I can do to control this diagnosis. There are zero things I can do to um, keep away the prognosis. I mean, there's vitamins one can take and things like that, but who knows whether or not those really work. I'm not going to get into that though, because I'm not a medical professional. But um, I'm committed to controlling what I can control regarding my health, and that is my fitness and what I put into my body, and the lifestyle choices that I make to ensure that I remain as healthy as possible for as long as possible. So, like I said, I do cardio 4 days a week. It's nothing too crazy. I probably spend between cardio and lifting, I probably spend about 2 hours and 15 minutes a week doing all of those things, which is really nothing. I will say my cardio is pretty intense. I do run pretty fast on the treadmill. I run about 7.5 to 8 miles an hour on the treadmill for about 20 something minutes, somewhere in the 20s, 4 days a week. I don't recommend that. I think that that's kind of overkill, but it's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I've grown into, so that's what I do. And I lift 2, 3 days a week, and I eat very, very clean 4 days a week. And then I give myself a little break from that, as well as exercise 3 days a week. And at 30, I'm not 30 yet. I'm 29 for another 2 weeks. My birthday's actually 2 weeks from today. But at 29, 30 years old, I am by far in the best shape of my life, both fitness wise, and I'm in the best health of my life by my blood work that's tracked every year by my doctor. And it's because of having retinitis pigmentosa. I probably wouldn't be as healthy as I am. I wouldn't be as fit as I am. I might still care about my health a little bit, but I would almost certainly way more than I do now, and maybe wouldn't have the best blood work in the world because other than just generally wanting to look good and feel good and have some pretty good health, I didn't wouldn't have had a huge motivator like not going blind from two things other than rather than one thing. So that's really all I wanted to say today, and I hope that this reaches people that could could benefit from this information, people that maybe aren't taking their health as seriously as maybe they could be, and have an interest in doing so. Hopefully, this helps point people in in a direction that works for them. If anybody has any further questions about what I do, please let me know. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a physical. I'm not a fitness trainer. I'm nothing like that. I'm just a guy who has done what I feel works for me for the last 10 years or so to maintain and grow my level of health and fitness. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. As for this weekend, I have a really cool weekend coming up. The Vision Walk, as you guys know, is on the 29th. That's Saturday, the Pittsburgh Vision Walk. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a very fun day. Our weather is going to be stellar, unlike last year. And on Sunday, I'm going to a birthday party of a close family friend. And then on Monday, of course, is Halloween. We're going to have trick or treat here from 6 to 8. And we're going to go to our neighbors and hang out for a couple hours. We have a tradition where we go there and have hot dogs and candy and just enjoy the evening together. It's a tradition that we started about maybe a decade ago, and it's been uh, it's been great. And this weekend will be great. Hope you guys have some nice, cool plans too. Make sure you eat lots of candy, watch a lot of movies, Halloween movies, and don't get too scared or get scared. You know, whatever floats your boat. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys in a few days for my October recap video. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys soon.